Hello, beautiful lady. Do you struggle with weight gain, weight loss, migraines, fatigue, brain fog, upset stomach, inflammation, swollen eyes, any of those, or any number of other things? You may be surprised to learn that you have a food intolerance and not even know it, which is the crazy thing. So, several years ago, my sister and I were both single, and we're kind of geeks, I guess you could say. So, what we were doing is we were reading this book, Eat Right for Your Blood Type. Okay, we were scanning it, we weren't reading it. But in there, we were trying to learn, okay, what foods are we supposed to eat to heal us? What foods are going to be neutral so that they are just basically food? What foods are we supposed to avoid because of our blood type that they'll make us sick? Now, I didn't agree with a lot of them. I'm just going to say I didn't. However, she challenged me. And when my sister challenges me, I usually do it. So she challenged me to give up dairy based on the fact that I am type O and it's supposed to be horrible for type O. And I thought, really? No way. I don't react to dairy. I don't know what you're talking about. My refrigerator was full of dairy. I had kefir, I had yogurt, I had ice cream, I had cheese. I had it all. I loved dairy. I ate so much cheese, it was crazy. So she challenged me to quit eating dairy. Well, lo and behold, after I gave up dairy and ate a piece of it, and almost immediately I had sinus headache, my nose was running, and I went, oh my gosh, it's a fluke. Can't be, I can't give up cheese. I can't, there's no way. So I did it again. Same result. So now I had a choice to make. Do I keep eating it and be miserable, or do I quit eating it and not be miserable? Well, I decided to quit eating it. And about a year after I had quit, I had started, I joined a global wellness company, and I had started using one of their products that's called Cleanse. And it helps detox the body, it helps fuel the body to detox itself and to release inflammation. So between the two things, that spring, I didn't have to have any allergy medicine. It was kind of crazy. Okay, so I had to have, before that, 3 different medications every spring and every fall. I would have the nasal spray, I would have a decongestant, I would have an antihistamine, and this would be like 6 weeks of misery. And I sounded like I was dying, and I didn't have any of it anymore. It was all gone. Now, you might say it was a fluke, you might say it was just a coincidence. However, since I have given up dairy, I have not had seasonal allergies in at least 7 years. At least 7 years. Like right now, here, I should be miserable with ragweed. Totally miserable. And I don't have any of it. So, there you go. So in your case, I don't know if you have food allergies, or it's not an allergy. It's not an allergy. Allergies are life-threatening. Food intolerance is not life-threatening. It might be annoyance, but it's not life-threatening. So one of the things that I did, and I'll show you, I don't know if you can see this on here. You can kind of see it. It's Eat Right for Your Blood Type app that I have on my phone. And this was something that I did more recently because that way when I'm at the grocery store, I can go, am I supposed to have that or am I not supposed to have that? Because I'm a little weird and I have started doing more extreme. But you can see, I hope you can see, I don't know if you can see or not, there, it shows all the blood types, and then you just click whichever blood type you are, and you go down to the bottom and you can put in the foods. So you can start there if you want, but if you suspect that you have a food intolerance, or if there's something that you've been eating that has been bothering you, and you go, it just seems like every time I eat this, I feel like this the next morning. Pizza. I'm going to use pizza because pizza's got a lot of layers. So every time that I ate pizza, I was miserable the next day. I knew I had the cheese intolerance, but I knew what cheese would do. I knew I'd have a sinus headache. I knew it would make my nose run. I knew that if I took digestive enzymes before I ate the pizza, I didn't react to the cheeses severely. So I ate it anyway. But I still didn't feel good the next day. But it wasn't from the cheese. So I had to start figuring out what is on it that is making me miserable. Again, I went back to Eat Right for Your Blood Type. And I looked at it and went, okay, type O is not supposed to have wheat. Now, I was a big fan of wheat thins, Triscuits, pizza, homemade bread. This one was a little bit harder to convince myself. Believe it or not, it was a little harder than even cheese. So I gave up wheat. Now, to find your food intolerance, you decide on one food, just one. Do not try to drive yourself crazy. I promise, one food. And you give it up for 30 to 45 days. Kind of depends a lot on how much of it you eat, how long you need to not eat it. Gluten is one that sticks in your brain a little bit longer, so it takes a little bit longer. But you quit eating it. And you have to decide, and you have to commit. This is for you. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have, as soon as you decide to give it up, somebody's going to offer you something that you want. I'm just telling you, be prepared. I think it's the devil at work. And I'm not saying that lightly. So choose your food, give it up for 30 to 45 days. At the end of that time, I want you to eat it, but I want you to journal and make notes of how you feel. Now, you may not notice anything for 15 minutes. You may not notice anything for an hour. You may not notice anything for 2 hours. You may not notice anything until the following day. With food intolerances, it's not necessarily going to hit you immediately because it depends on where it's at in your system that it's going to affect you. So, if you're going to give up, we're going to use wheat just because that's what we're talking about. If you're going to give up wheat, and you've given up wheat now, and it's 45 days, I want you to find something that has got the purest form of wheat. So, Triscuits. It's wheat, oil, and salt. It's perfect. Eat it. Pay attention. And then if you don't notice anything, eat it again the next day. If you still don't notice anything, eat it again the next day. And do this for about a week, unless you immediately notice a difference, which I did. 15 minutes, and I noticed a difference. That's how hard it hit me. It may not you. So do this for a week and make note. If you have no change, no reaction, then it's not a food intolerance. Go back to eating it if you want. Or if it is a food intolerance and you know what it's going to do to you and you still want to eat it because the pain is worth it, by all means, eat it. But at least now you know why you have that pain. So I've given up 3 major ones. Sugar gives me hot flashes and cold flashes, believe it or not. It screws with my system totally, but I have 0 hot flashes and I'm going to be 50 this year. And I have 0 hot flashes just because I gave up sugar. Dairy, and that was a big one. That was a hard one. I have 0 seasonal allergies. None by giving up dairy. And I have almost no migraines anymore either. So I think that was a trigger for my migraines. That's huge. And wheat. And now it's actually totally gluten that I have given up. And I've given that up because I now no longer have my tremors, which are in my hands and in my head. At least they're 98% gone. I have other triggers that cause them, but that was a major one, and they're basically all but gone. My tremors were getting to the point that it was starting to affect my speech. It's not worth it to me. It's not. And for you, you may have a totally different reaction. Bless my sister's heart, she has got like 70 foods that she has food intolerances to. But she can tell you exactly what they're going to do to her, and she will decide if it's worth the pain. Sometimes she eats it anyway, even though she knows she's going to have a migraine the next day because she wants it so bad. So, just to recap, food intolerances are not life-threatening. You can test them on your own. It's going to take 30 to 45 days. Decide, commit, don't eat it, and then eat it. And document the response that you have. Then you have another decision to make. Decide if it's worth the pain. I hope this helps. I hope that you found this helpful. If you did, please comment below. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe, and I will be coming to you with more and more stuff. I read a lot of books. Food is fuel. Food can heal you, and food can hurt you. And I believe all of that in my heart. So have a blessed day. If this is something that you found helpful and you want to dig in a little bit deeper, I do have a coaching program that I have for purchase, and you can go all in and have it all in one place. I think it's well worth it. This is more than 6 years of research that I've poured into that program, and I have poured a lot of work into it the last 3 months to get it all together. It's not perfect. I'm not perfect. It's never going to be perfect. And I'm okay with that because I just want to help people. Have a blessed day. And again, please comment below if this was helpful and hit subscribe. And I will see you next time.